Hey y'all, welcome back to the Sunny Streams. Today is the 29th Sunny Stream, and to everyone's surprise, yes, it's on a it's on a Tuesday, and you know what? We're just cool like that. Yes, we're gonna stream on a Tuesday, because why not? And today we are currently working on the incredible Cora history classroom designed by our lead background designer, Bree. The one and only Bree.
Zoom out here. There we go.
Hope it's working. Is it working? Yeah, it is. Just gonna pin that, and then I'm going to... You know what? I want to do a test to see, because I feel like she always is. But Sunbun, if you're watching this, you should tweet about it. If that doesn't happen, I'm going to do that. I just want to see, like, I want to test it out. Because you're always here.
Dev's here.
Hello, Kirklaw and Dev. Welcome. Yes, a Wednesday. Wait, is it Wednesday? No, a Tuesday stream. Yes, a Tuesday stream. At least in the PST time zone. Anyways, wait. Oh yeah, by the way, Bree, we're out of thumbnail mode. I don't know if I classified that. Specified anything.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay.
I've colored everything, so.
Oh wait, oh, what? Let me close my door 1 second. We have some stuff to get into then. Away. I love Sunny. Okay, anyways. Yeah, so just gonna do one more check.
So not everything is textured. A lot of things are textured, but not everything yet. But everything has a base color down.
Okay. Sorry, I just can't see the stream right now. Okay. Oh, one thing quick. Sunbun is watching and did tweet. Always here. That's why we love Sunbun. And hi Phoenix. Super cool. So, yes, Bree, you finished all the base colors, and I'm just digesting this right now because whoa, this looks so good. It feels so right, and everything is just so perfect. Wow. So can we like, okay, let's go through everything. Do you want to start with like the things? Start wherever. Let's give everyone a little tour.
I'll start. Oh, I forgot the doors. I'm wrong. I'm a liar.
It's
Not
fine.
everything has a base color. We'll continue and pretend that the doors are not there.
Yeah.
I
no
will go
worries.
back to those later. So this is the back wall. We have the bookcases and everything on them is colored. Everything in cases looks like it's in cases. We have the glass texture on there.
Yes. Oh my god. First of all, the deer, perfect. Can we just like appreciate the plant up there? And how there's something about the orange and it's just so well done, and it gives off the exact right like texture, and even the thing that it's in, mwah, chef's kiss, perfection. And the cases, and the sword. Oh my god! And it's right next,
Sword.
and it's right next to the portrait, and you can like see that they're the same.
Yep.
And the coloring on that queen is also like absolutely perfect.
We have all the paintings.
Yes. I'm not gonna ask you to say it in front of everyone what it is, but like we specified the lore of the painting, like the bottom right painting, right? The small one.
I believe so.
There was lore behind that one. I just kind of forgot what it was.
Yeah.
I need to like search. Give me 1 sec, because there's one thing I'm just double checking. So I'm just going through the document. But also, oh my god, that is flawless. And hashtag lobby 1 Bree. Docs. Oh. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, thank you. And can we look into the big painting? Yes, the coloring is so well
close up.
done. That's so perfect. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Ah! Even like the frame and the snapdragons.
And then we have the front wall with the book screen. I didn't do the outline of it either. Okay. We're recognizing
That's
my
what this is
mistakes
for.
here.
Okay, just one thing out of curiosity. Are we
Yes.
going to like fill in the like designs on the little gold frame above? Do you know what I'm talking about? Or wait. The thing in the corner, the gold thing in the corner of the room.
Oh, like the arches?
Yeah, sorry, the arches. Yeah, on the arches, the designs.
Yeah.
Are we going to like?
Yeah, I was looking I was thinking that I need to make those a different color.
Okay, just checking in. But yeah,
Yeah.
the gold texture is flawless. Can we go back to the bookcases and the cases and everything?
Yes.
Wow. So good. Everything just feels so incredibly right. Like, I have nothing to add at all. Can y'all hype this up in the chat? Please? If they're not hyping it up right now, I'm actually going to, you know. Wait, why is my mouse not? Oh, there it is. Look at this beautiful classroom. Ooh, is that a portrait of a Star Kingdom queen? I don't know. The amount of detail is insane. Thank you, Dev. I mean, yeah, Bree should be saying that. Bree did an amazing job. Oh my god, in the ceiling. So well done. Oh yeah, and the snapdragons are a light source.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think it's perfection. It's just so cool to see everything like fully colored in.
I gotta go back and fix the things I missed. I'm a liar.
Oh, also
Wait.
just remember the map.
Yeah, I didn't. I
Yeah.
couldn't remember if we had a formal map
I think we do.
that I could copy. We do? Okay.
I say let's attempt to stretch it out and transform it and fit it into that space like we did with the mural. If it doesn't look right and doesn't look like on par with your style and the standards that you have set with your incredible illustrations, then you can workshop it a bit, and if not, we can keep it as it is.
Okay. Where would that be?
So if this classroom connects to a library, how many times a week is it used for classwork / homework? Oh, that's such a good question, and I love that it's like relevant to what we're doing right now. So I feel like, wait, Bree, that door, that isn't a door to the library, right? That's the door into the hallway.
Is.
Oh, it is?
There's two.
Oh yeah, the door that's to the class to the hallway is the door that we can't see. Oh no, it's the one right across.
It's so this one is the door to the hallway, and then this one is the door to the library.
Yes, okay, so and that just connects like straight to the second floor of the library. Guys, I swear I know this. It's been a while since we've been in the background department, okay?
It has.
And the floor plan of the school and everything. But yes, that checks out. And the answer to your question, I feel like I don't think they spend as much time in the library, but I think maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks, probably. Or, you know, I feel like if there's a work block or something, they can just head out of the classroom and grab like whatever books they need to accomplish their tasks. I just realized we don't have a librarian teacher. That would be really cute. What kingdom would she be from? We could either go like two ways. We could have her be from like a kingdom that makes a lot of sense for her being a librarian, or just have it be one that makes absolutely no sense and is actually like a contradiction. But because of that, it like proves that like sometimes not everyone's like attributes match or align with their elements. Actually, let's make the librarian a he. How gendered of me. Like, I'm not even kidding, like...
Dare you stereotype?
Honestly, who said the librarian needs a gender at all?
That's true.
Hi, JC. Hi, Kitty Garden. The librarian comes from the TV Kingdom. The Mind Kingdom. That makes sense. Actually, no. What would make sense is inscription. But that's like more so like writing. Or intuition. There's like an intuition spell. Like intuition royals can actually kind of like suck out all the information from a book and put it in their brains. Are you just like gauging what colors would work for the door frames?
Oh, no, I'm trying to dig through and find the map of Cora. I know it's
Oh,
in
no,
our
wait, sorry, I thought you're waiting on me. I'll send it
document.
now.
No. Yeah, if you have it.
So,
I know it's in the World of Cora document, but I just didn't know, like, I wasn't going to be able to grab it as a good quality image.
I have them on hand to send to you. I just didn't know you were doing that first. So here, I just forwarded the email with all of them. Now, there's two variants,
Okay,
right?
sweet.
So there's one that has the actual labels in like English, and there's one with the symbols, like the heel emblem symbols. And I think it would be more appropriate and just make more sense overall to do the heel emblem symbols one.
Okay.
I think that's also like cooler. And also if like people wanted to like look at the map through the background, they can like see.
Right. Download that.
If you want to mute that whole like background too, I would totally understand that. Like just mute the colors. So that it blends in with everything more as well.
Make sure I put it in the right spot so I don't lose it later.
Should there be railings by the door to the hallway to make sure that an air doesn't accidentally fall? The door to the hallway. Oh.
I see. This is like a half wall.
Oh.
It's not the floor.
They thought that was like...
It's like a half wall.
Yeah, that's a half wall. Imagine.
So they won't fall.
That's a river thing to do.
That would be a river thing to do.
That's clear that it's a half wall, right? Whoa! Layer optics.
Okay. Get this. I have too many layers. I have to read.
Now imagine if you didn't name your layers.
Yeah. That would be even worse. It's a good thing most of them are named. Not all of them, but most of them. I have all the line layers named for sure. Not all the colored layers names. Or the colored layers are named. But it's okay. Here we go.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
What did you miss?
Oh, no, wait, I heard everything, sorry.
Okay. Because I said a couple things, so I just wanted to see where.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should there be railings by the... Oh, yeah, I already read that. The librarian. Why not? Yeah, exactly. Does McDonald's count as a kingdom? No. Definitely not. Oh, my mistake. I'm 18 minutes late to class. Will I get detention? Yes. I'm just kidding. Welcome, sailor. On a Tuesday. Would any royals have Cora in history as their favorite subject? Totally. I actually like to think it's Hazel's. Or not, maybe not. You know what? If Crescenta had to choose, I think secretly this would be one of her favorites because she can like yap. But that's Hazel, what Hazel doesn't like about this class. The fact that like sometimes people like to yap and that kind of overwhelms her, as you can see in the proof of concept animatic. But also, I don't think Miss Isla wants them to yap, but Crescenta thinks of it as an opportunity to yap.
It's just her daily yap session.
Exactly. Who she needs one. And this is like the shot where she gets up from the table and like it's like arg. Oh wait, did you fit the map?
I did, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I think it works. I toned it down a little because it was a little saturated.
Yeah. I think it works too. My only question is, can we do something to make it appear a little bit more as if it is on the wall? Because for some reason my brain is not braining the perspective.
What do you mean?
I don't know, like... Could we apply some kind of shadow to, like, at least show that the... You know the thing that's on top of the big book?
Yeah.
Could we, like, maybe apply, like, a shadow onto the map from that thing? Just to convey, like, the depth? If that makes sense? I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping.
So, it will look better once I do add shadows for things.
Okay.
And the thing was also supposed to be like a light of sorts. It was going to illuminate the map from the bottom. So when I put the light on there, it should also kind of make it flatten against the wall.
Okay.
So it looks a little better. I think I see where you might be having issues. I think it's because this line tangents.
Yeah.
So I can also push that line back just a little bit so that it overlaps and doesn't create a tangent there.
Yes, please.
Because it looks like it's hanging off. I see what you mean. It looks like it might be hanging off of this thing when it's not.
Yes, exactly. I think that's what it was.
Okay.
But apart from that, perfect. Yeah, I think desaturating it really made it work.
Okay, I will take a mental note and do that at some point.
Would any... Oh yeah, I hope not. Detention sucks. Will you break me out of detention if I get it, kindergarten? History rules. Period. I would sit through a core in history class. I feel like you would, Dev. That makes sense. Magical history, count me in. Exactly, sailor. Speaking of history and world building and writing and lore, welcome, Avi, one of the lead writers who is currently in India.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Doing good.
How is India? Oh.
Humid.
Humid? That's pretty real.
Yeah.
This is like a really like hot time to go.
Yeah, it's monsoon season.
Yeah. Any new experiences you want to share with everyone? And have you seen
Well,
this classroom?
yes, I am watching the stream currently, and it is amazing.
Exactly.
Anyway, I recently toured Kerala. I normally stay in Telangana, but I recently toured Kerala, and I went to an Ayurvedic spice garden there.
What? Could you repeat that?
I toured Kerala recently, and I went to an Ayurvedic spice garden there.
Oh wow! How was that?
It was really fun, and I learned a lot about like different like medical herbs.
I love that. Bring back some Fire Kingdom inspiration.
Mm-hmm. And I also went to a Carolyn cultural performance, where they did like a theater performance and a martial arts performance, where at the end they did fire dance.
Keeping yourself very busy, I see. How was that?
It was really fun. I could really imagine Blaze doing the fire dance.
Oh my god, that's true. We should like keep note of that. Take pictures.
I
Send
recorded videos.
pictures.
I recorded videos.
Send
sent
them
some
to
of the videos
others.
in
I wanted to see. I've just like been busy and have like held off on looking because when I want to look at it and like respond in depth.
I posted a video of the fire dance in Show and Tell recently.
Or in Show and Tell. Oh wait, I
Yeah.
saw that. Yeah, that was so cool. Oh, also, wait. Oh my god, that fire dance is something we definitely need to like apply. And also like seeing that in person, wow. That's so cool.
Yeah. And near the fire dance place, there was a really good chocolate shop as well. Because like India produces a lot of chocolate too,
Mm.
especially in Kerala.
Also, Brie, that 3D stuff, oh my god. So good.
Thank you.
I feel like you applied your 2D like background knowledge to 3D and it just like made it so good.
Yeah.
The detail and honestly like from a critical like objectively like artistic standpoint, it has so much flavor and personality. Even something as little as that wardrobe having clothing come out of it.
Yeah, that was fun and annoying to do because when I made that one, I hadn't had a whole lot of experience with sculpting in 3D. A lot of my experience was hard surface modeling, and sculpting and hard surface modeling are done very differently. And so the clothing was sculpted, and it was like one of the first times that I had really done sculpting.
Oh shoot.
I could do them better now if I did them again, but I really like how they turned out.
No, it looks like so good and so real. And like, or at least as real as animation gets. Animation should
Right.
never be like hyper realistic. That sucks.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't notice that the board was a book yet. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people are just realizing that, like, no.
Also, I go by any pro.
The board as a book was like one of the first things that we talked about doing, I think.
Yeah, it was something that we always knew we wanted to do.
Yeah.
110 degrees? Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's similar to me, honestly. Right now it's 31 degrees Celsius for me.
Damn.
What's that in Fahrenheit? Let me check.
Are the kingdoms able to perform magic with instruments? If you mean like musical instruments,
That's something that sound should be able to do.
yes. But I'm just thinking like, so obviously sound, but other kingdoms?
Maybe they use like music as sort of teaching tools for spells and like attractors, possibly.
Yeah, or like motivators, or like catalysts, just tools to help you, I
Like
guess,
mental tools.
mentally. Yeah, exactly. And like with your flow and state of being.
Because like magic when you're a royal is a very physiological thing that you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be like integrated into like dance to make it easier, like song and dance to make it easier. Since like humans, corn is a very like pattern recognition, like music based kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, that is an interesting color. Let me sit with that for a sec.
Color are we talking about?
The book cover.
Yeah, I feel like it might be a little too saturated. I
Yeah.
wanted it to match the front desk just because I feel like it would pull the front together. But I think I need to make it a little darker.
Yeah, I think that would work.
Oh, you know what it is? It's because the book is glowing.
Oh.
So it changed color. I have it's this layer. It glows.
It's a very parchment like texture, honestly.
I mean, oh, it's something I just realized. When it comes to like conveying that the book glows, are we going to alter the line art color of it, of the pages?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think then when that happens, it'll make more sense.
Dev Atelier asks, do the royalists have assigned seats in classes, or is it a first come first serve sort of thing?
I think it's a mix of both, as in like first come first serve, and then just stay there, like don't move for a bit, for a while.
I think Miss Ayla does assign seating.
Because also I'd like to think that like, oh, Crescenta and Hazel, Crescenta sat next to Hazel because she was intrigued by her and wanted and felt safe in her presence. And also she didn't want to sit next to anyone else. And that's just something that like I don't want us to ever lose sight of. Because I think it's quite characterizing. And I just think after that, Miss Isla was like, okay, don't move now. Just stay where you are. This is your spot. And if people are not cooperating, then she would like change where they sit. Because also considering that like, you know, it is quite a private institution and schedules rotate, you know, there's not going to be that many students in one class at a time, so there will be extra spots that can be like used whenever. In the proof of concept, there's just like what with the main four 4 plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Maybe around 13 students in that class, which is actually more than I thought. But that's always been my main concern for the proof of concept, just the fear that people are going to be overwhelmed by all the background royals that exist. But I think we do a pretty good job of like spotlighting our incredible protagonists.
I do too. A show that does like background characters a lot really well. I think it's My Little Pony. I think.
Yeah. Oh my god, 100%. That just hit me, like. Let's see how many students. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, with the main 4, 10. That's actually good. That's good for us. Also, good thing I just looked at that because, you know, I've had this fear that, you know those, like, circular plants? I've had this fear that those are gonna, like, obstruct some kids sitting in the front row. But now, looking at it, first of all, we already had the rough for this that was used in the proof of concept, which is, like, this is why we need to have that before storyboarding, so issues like this don't come up. And they didn't. Because River sits in the front, but, like, in that seat that I think we just highlighted, where you can see nothing is obstructing it. And all those seats that are obstructed do not have anyone sitting in them, right? Yeah. Oh my god, that's so perfect. But now I just want to look a little closely and see something. Yeah. I mean, Sanefa... Oh, wait, Sanefa is there? Oh, that's so perfect. Sanefa's behind River. Aurora's in that spot. Blaze is in that spot. Glacier's in that spot. And then Hazel and Crescenta in the perfect place. Second to last row in the back. Let's read the chat. Also, why do you have such good Wi-Fi right now, Avi?
Oh, I'm at my uncle's place right now.
Love that. The fact the board is a book, 10 out of 10. Thank you. This classroom looks like the perfect place to relax and crack open a good book. It gives me Shira vibes mixed with lo-fi girl. That is the biggest compliment you could have ever given us. That's like what we're trying to give off. Can I just say, when I see those pentagons inside, like, the glass of the desks, it just soothes something in my brain. Have you done that for all the glass?
Not all the glass, because the ones on the desk isn't glass. It's like almost like iridescent crystal, kind of.
Yeah. Sorry, I mean like all the iridescent crystal. Have you done it for all the iridescent
Yeah.
crystal?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. Yeah. It looks really good. So if you guys didn't know, pentagons are kind of like a little staple of our style. It's just like a fun little quirk that... How would you describe the purpose of the pentagons, Bree?
It's really just to like add texture and visual interest to some of our like more flatter spaces. It's also it's kind of like noise in a sense, but it's more distinguished. Um, we thought of the idea by we were doing art studies on the owl house, and a lot of the art and the backgrounds in the owl house have like an almost triangular texture
Mm.
to them, and we wanted to kind of replicate that idea. Obviously we didn't want to use triangles, so we thought for a while about what shape we wanted to use, and then we settled on pentagons. And it adds a little more spice to our
Yeah.
textures and our colors and our backgrounds.
Cause like even it wasn't just like the texture of like the triangles that was, it wasn't even like a triangle texture that was being applied to the owl house backgrounds, but also like certain structures and natural things were shaped in like a triangular way. And I thought, okay, what are some common shapes and themes that you'd see like in the world of Cora and in like royal environments? And like pentagons just make so much sense because you think of like, it gives crown vibes. It feels like the shape of almost even like a tower or gemstone, and because of that it feels classy and like it takes up space.
Yeah.
Reminds me of how Steven Universe background style is like very sketchy and unfinished, while we have like this as visual noise.
Yeah. But I guess the difference with us is like we like to have it like blend in a little bit more.
Yeah. Because like Steven Universe background style and character style is like very distinct
Mm-hmm.
from each other.
Out of curiosity, I just want to know like why did you choose to manually draw the pentagons for this and not use the brush?
These ones, I want them to be placed a little more. I don't want them to overlap too much. I want them to kind of create like a stone vibe almost. And when I use the overlay, it really is just visual noise. I wanted this to have a little bit more purpose.
Ooh, okay. That makes
You can
sense.
also like make it conform to the depth of the thing as well.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
You can also make it conform to the depth and like 3D forms of the thing
Yeah.
when you do it.
Mm.
You know.
This is true. Turning opacity down.
Dev
This
said, ooh, I have an interesting idea regarding the book. What is it, Dev? You always hang the good idea, so I'm intrigued. Oh, have. I was about to say, like, that's... I don't know if that's a good thing. And then Dev said, what if there's scorch marks on the corners of the book? For example, as the series progresses, the marks get bigger and more visible since Maleforge is most likely making its presence more known. That is really interesting. And that's a really cool idea, I won't lie. Okay. I'm kind of considering low-key. I don't know. I just wonder if that would be too much for the book. Oh, also, it might... Yeah, I don't know. It might take away from the glow to have scorch marks on it. So...
What the other background details would look like when Maleforge takes over.
Yeah.
Maybe the glow just like gets like visibly dimmer and like it starts to like, you know what I mean, like ink stains kind of deal.
We'll see. At the end, we'll like give it a go, and if not, there are so many other classrooms that we can do that with. There is another element inside of this that does kind of share that same purpose of foreshadowing Maleforge and its effects, but you know what? I'll leave that to you guys. But thank you for that idea, Deb. Very cool idea. It's like the flower thing SpongeBob uses. Wait, SpongeBob uses in
Yeah, like those
Sunnyside
like
to
flower prints.
fill up the open space. Wait, what does that mean? What are they referring to?
You know how SpongeBob has that like flower print all over its stomach?
Mm-hmm.
That's like it's like our version of it's like their version of the Pentagon.
Oh. Oh my god, wait. That's true. I never noticed that. The flower thing.
Dev Atelier asks, "Oh, what are the plants called and where are they from?" So these
Okay.
plants,
Honestly, okay, I'm gonna ask
I think they're native to
Bree. Let's ask Bree because Bree did have a lot of like creative liberty when it came to this part. Or I don't know if you were thinking about it, but like, where are these plants from? Which kingdoms would you say you were thinking about?
Tree ones with like the bubbles, those are from the Star Kingdom.
Oh yeah.
I think those are the only ones that I like actually thought about.
Real. I mean,
Because, you know, Crescenta is just that important.
exactly, and she makes her mark. But honestly,
Yeah.
when it comes to like a lot of our plants, we do. It is difficult to like design and assign like specific botany, but like, we do make an effort to make sure it is consistent with our style and our world, and that it looks the part, and it definitely does. So let's just assign something to them right now, as a chat, because why not? And also, it is consistent enough for us to be able to do that. So that means Brie did her job very well. So I would say the purple.
the green leaves remind me of paper. So maybe the inscription.
Inscription. Oh my god.
And like those
Well, I
paper
feel like
those leaves could be
inscription would only make
paper.
sense if there was actually like things written on the plants. So I don't know about that. But I think the purple's kind of giving like, it could, you know what? It could be foam. It could be slime plants. Or not.
Ooh.
I don't know.
If they were foam, it would match up why they would be like so coexistent with a star magic tree because the star magic barriers are in bubble-like shapes.
Oh my god, yeah, exactly. Let me just see what I've. Let me look at the map. Let me just pull up the map for the chat to see, since you guys love looking at that map. Dev says the green leaves remind me of seaweed. That's true. Maybe it is the Water Kingdom.
These plants could also be like hybrids of multiple kingdoms due to the sorcery effect.
Oh my god, that's true. Because this is the Sorcery Kingdom, a lot of these are like hybrid plants. Oh yeah. I guess we can just get away with saying that. Maybe it's slime and foam mixed together. Oh my god, I have Crescenta's room here? I didn't know that. Crescenta and Hazel's room. Yay. That's with the emblems, but not.
I think me and Squid decided the more distant the kingdoms were on the map, the more likely that sorcery would be mixing them.
think that makes sense. Yeah. Or at least when they would, it'd be probably like more expensive and like a bigger deal. But
Mm-hmm.
why do I not have the map with labels, but I have it with... Okay, deal with it. I think... Actually, no, I can't tell. The symbols aren't enough for me.
Okay, let me see. I think I can send you the thing. Let me find it.
I have it, thank you. Thank you, though.
Okay.
Just putting it... There we go. Okay. So... I'd say... Those... Oh my god, maybe those purple ones are gravity, because you can see, like, some of the purple, like, you know, not attached. That would make sense.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the trees are a hybrid of star and foam.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Also, I was thinking, like, you know, not every kingdom needs to, like, actually have an ecosystem that works in the same, in the sense that, like, in the same way, in the sense that, like, there are physical plants that make it up. Like, what if the color kingdom, like, had just, like, light, as in, like, actual just, like colors, like a rainbow, for example, or, like, different versions of a rainbow, instead of plants, instead of physical plants, I mean.
That would be interesting.
What if plants are only limited, or, like, plants are only limited to, like, kingdoms that produce physical matter? And that would also that would reduce, like, our plot holes with Hazel's magic and, like, the Flora Kingdom's magic. Because, okay, does that mean that Hazel can just, like, make rainbows? Doesn't that just mean that she can use the same power as the other kingdoms? But, like, no, because it's not physical. It's not like an actual plant. Instead, she could, if she was in the slime kingdom, she could make a slime plant. Actually, does that make sense? Because they can also produce
I think it does. I think it does, but like, I'm trying to think. For the kingdoms that don't produce plants, how would they get like the plant-based stuff in their diet stuff? Because Corans are mostly the same across kingdoms.
Let's use one as an example. Let's think gravity. How would we, like, plantify gravity?
Maybe like the foliage and the petals could be like black holes kind of deal. And then most of the plants can be like carnivorous as well.
This is gonna sound really weird, okay? But what if, like, in the Wind Kingdom, they straight up ate air? What if there was flavored air? Vape? Oh my god! People in the... My headcanon. People in the Wind Kingdom vape, you guys. Oh my god, that's so funny. Whoa. The one and only Wind Kingdom vape.
I was thinking more like cotton candy whirlwind kind of deal.
Oh yeah, yeah, you have a brain that's better than mine. Yeah, that makes sense. But I was legit thinking like flavored air. That'd be interesting. Right? Bree, what do you think of this?
I think it definitely is a concept that I think we should explore and just in general with the plants thing.
Mm.
I understand like what you're talking about with like, oh, some like kingdoms only have like physical plants, and when it comes to Hazel, she can only manipulate physical matter. Like, I think that having that distinction makes sense.
Yeah.
We would need to explore it more.
Also, I wonder like hmm. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, wait. Oh yeah, Bree, what do you think of the the vape idea in the Wind Kingdom?
I think that it's a silly idea. I think we can use it to an extent. I feel like it shouldn't be a vape, but it
Maybe
is
a
silly.
cigarette.
Obviously, we don't want to condone that, guys. Not, not condoning that.
You know, like they have like the anti-vape like whistles.
Oh,
We could do that.
yeah, those. Like the ones out of wood.
Yeah.
Oh my god, imagine the foam kingdom, they have one of those pipes that just blows out foam.
Oh my god, a hookah?
No, like those like kid pipes that just blows out foam instead of smoke, you know what I mean?
Oh, when did this become about drugs? We
You
explored
made it
drugs.
about drugs.
I did make it about drugs. Guys, I don't know if this is like, this isn't that like bad to talk about, but like, what kingdoms like make the most snortable things? Like, I feel like people would, you know,
Oh my
Cloud
god,
in
there's the
the
Crystal
Cloud
Kingdom.
Kingdom.
There's the Crystal Kingdom.
Oh, shh. Ah. We're gonna get cancelled in 10 years for having this conversation on here.
Yeah, probably.
Oh well. Let me grab my ukulele.
Ukulele. Ukulele.
Sir Pigeon the Third says there's a type of plant that grows in without woods and rainforests. They're called air plants. Maybe you can use those. They float in the Gravity Kingdom.
Yeah, I think that's also something we can explore. That's cool. I didn't know that was a thing.
I know there's parasitic plants that grow on other plants.
Let me hear what people are saying.
Parasitic plants can have weird colors, by the way.
Can the Color Kingdom make paint? I don't think. Actually,
Maybe.
maybe. If
Oh.
we do go with like the physical matter idea for plants, like it just like we have like physical plants, I guess, in the color kingdom that represent the idea and power of color, or like have color powers or something. I guess they could produce paint. Maybe not paint as we know it though. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
There is a type of plant.
Maybe.
Sorry, continue.
Maybe like you like tangible light that you can just like weave into things to make a color.
Yeah. I feel like that exists.
Because we have like currently we're working on Zephyr's notebook, which works on a similar principle, right?
Mm-hmm. LMAO Color Kingdom probably munching on rainbows in the morning to get their color. Did the main villain attend Sunnyside? If so, what type of student was he, and did he get along with Miss Isla? He did not. That's all I'm gonna say. I've got a question though. Are all the citizens from each kingdom completely human? Or did they change and evolve based on their geographical... Wait, are all the citizens... or do they... Oh my god!
We went back and forth on this a lot, didn't we?
Oh, fucker. That is a really good question. That's something that we actually have discussed a lot. I think... What was our consensus on that? On if they've evolved? On if mortals have evolved? I think we said that, like...
I forgot.
That's something that we had a whole, like, writer's discussion about, and something that we want to explore, but only, like, very slight, you know,
Yeah.
evolvements.
Like Water Kingdom might have like webbed fingers at the most.
Yeah, webbed fingers. And also, I'll be right back. Keep them entertained.
Hmm. So, are there enchanted gemstones in Cora? For example, a gemstone that could change one's appearance, or one that could create a storm. Well, a lot of technology in Cora is based on gemstones themselves, and they are enchanted with spells and stuff like that. Like spells are considered like web applications like on phone. Like wands are made of gemstones in this world, and wands are spells. The phones that royals use, since they don't need wands to cast spells, are called chrysalids, and they project like a visual interface upon like the person's eye.
I'm back, y'all. Loving the texture happening on the wood. So good. Are there enchanted gemstones in Cora? For example, a gemstone that can change one's appearance. Oh, you answered? You talked about how, like, they carry magic, right?
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, like how all technology is made of crystals, and spells are applications on those crystals.
And wands. Yeah.
Yes, which are basically phones for non-royals.
We love that. Are there restrictions with a
I
crystal?
Yes, only royals typically have crystlets, and they have to be like handmade by the Crystal Kingdom royals themselves.
Yeah. When it comes to all technology, similarly to how, for example, if you try to use Wi-Fi or internet or something in like China, like you can't use YouTube. You know, like in different kingdoms, technology will react and respond differently depending on the rules and regulations set in place.
Like in the Second Kingdom, a
Deception.
lot more magic is going to be regulated compared to other kingdoms.
Yeah, we were talking about that on Friday. Just the fact that like, you know, mortals who use wands in the Deception Kingdom, it's like, what are you using magic for? You can only really use it for deception. And
Yeah,
why would
use for
you want your
makeup and
citizens to do that?
it's mainly used for entertainment, right?
Hmm. So like, for that, also I'd like to imagine that some people have like licenses to do that. Also, the same way like we have like a search history and like all the stuff that tracks our data. Wands work the same. You know, it can track what spells you do. All that stuff. You can only do a limited amount of spells with wands. And there are also spells that you can't do with wands. Bree is drawing. Sabrina Boykin, our lead background designer. Sir Pigeon.
Yes, it is a hard magic system.
Or at least wands. Like, because wands are technology, right? But like, it's like it's a system, but like the magic system is actually pretty like not hard, if that makes sense.
Well, it is hard in the sense that you can only do stuff that you like basically already know that you can do with the magic. But like rational sense, it's pretty it's somewhat rational, somewhat irrational. You can only do what the kingdom you're from is based on.
Yeah. Yeah, wand control. Mm-hmm. Yes, Dev. And something I was also thinking about that we could totally implement is like wand hackers. the dark web, the dark wand. I don't know. Do they have to buy more spells like it's a phone plan? Yes. Yeah. DLC? Or I wouldn't say like a phone plan. I think they buy like power to charge the wands. The wand black market, the dark magic web. That's a better way to put it. Is there a tutor that teaches them at their castles? Yes. Well, for some of them. Most royals have that. Have like a tutor. The more developed kingdoms, totally. Crescenta was actually really close with hers. Well, Dev, magic really starts to develop and set into place right around the age that Sunnyside starts. That's why they go at that age. Although, like, it does exist within the children, like, since birth, obviously. Might come out in tiny, cute little bursts as a baby, like, you know, maybe like Baby River sneezed and like water bubbles came out. That's so cute. Someone make like a drawing of that. Something like that, right? But very small. And then, as a child, if they really try and work hard, they can access their core. You know, really think of it like a muscle. You know, people don't really actually start weightlifting or anything until, I guess, puberty or whatever, because that's when the composition of their body and their like anatomy is at a place where they can do that, I guess. But kids can obviously exercise and get stronger. I guess just not in the same way. If I'm not mistaken. There's like hormones and stuff. Don't ask me, I'm the right person to ask, but I think that makes sense. Does that make sense, you guys?
Yeah,
I think it does.
Are you good at math, Bree?
Depends on the math. I used to be, but I haven't done like real math since high school. Because I'm an art major, I don't have to do that. But I can usually do basic algebra.
Period.
I'm going to need to go. I'm gonna eat lunch soon, so.
Alright. Can they be tracked like phones? Can they be tracked like phones, like magic signal towers that can find one users? Something like that, yeah. Exactly. Oh my god, we've actually done Sunnystreams on this exact background before. Like, wait, which one was it? Number 13. Stream number 13. which is called classroom designing. That's like the very beginning of this. Wow.
That was a while ago.
5
That
months
was a
ago.
long time ago.
But even that, like 5 months ago, does not feel long to me in terms of assignments, just because of the like 1 year assignments that we've had.
Right.
The same
class would only be on the top part.
Wow, this all started with a 3D model.
It started before the 3D model. And then I was like, I'm gonna make a 3D model of it.
Oh
So
wait, yeah.
hopefully it will be easier. And then I did, and it is easier. Because the perspective before, not great. The perspective now, it's good.
Exactly. And now you've actually, like, your coursework has been integrated with 3D modeling, so like... Yeah.
Yeah, the 3D models that I made for this are so crude. And if I showed any of my professors, they would crucify me because they are in no way, shape, or form technically correct. But I don't need them to be technically correct. I need them for visuals, and that's it.
Exactly, you just need that for perspective.
Yeah.
Gets the job done.
The last question we answered was about the phones and being tracked, right?
Yeah.
His Dev asks, out of curiosity, what's Aurora and Blaze's favorite and least favorite subject?
Oh, I'd like to think that Aurora's favorite subject is Magic Basics. Her least favorite subject is this. Actually, no, it's Sonic language. And Blaze's favorite class is Sonic language. And his least favorite class is this. Is Magic Basics, like the exact opposite, actually. No, his least favorite class is Etiquette. It's like, what do you mean you want me to hold a fork like this? Let the boy breathe. Is there a general timeline for when you want the first episode to be finished? You know what? I like the way you worded that. Some people just say, like, when is it finished? And I think the way you said that was very fair. And yeah, I think a general timeline for when I would want the pilot to be finished. Right now we're working on the proof of concept. Lord knows when we're going to be done. We are going at a pretty steady pace. We're entering the summer, which is like peak prime time. You know, animation takes time. We have just started animating. The proof of concept. You know what? I do think we can finish it this year. And that means that there would be a crowdfund around the end of this year, beginning of next year, whenever it feels right, whenever, I don't know. You know, this is like my own little dream timeline. And we have been working on the pilot for like the longest time, right? Like in the sense that like we've been doing pre-production for years, so we wouldn't have to do really much pre-production and going into that. I guess just like touching up some old things, you know. And if we're hopefully like funded, you know, we'll have the script and everything ready. The VAs will record, we'd storyboard, then get straight into like right into like the animation. So, and also like with that being like a funded project, hopefully things might also like happen quicker if we put our time, resources, and money into like the right places. So I don't know. If I'm being like crazy Delulu, 2026. Or like that makes sense. Actually, I think I'm being pretty realistic. Like for once, I think I'm actually being realistic with that. But guys, time is an illusion and it flies by. It's actually crazy. Like, for example, Brie, does it feel like 2022 when you entered this project was a long time ago?
No, it does not.
See, that's the exact
I was
same
thinking about that the other day. I was like, I have been on the project for like a long time,
2
but it
years.
doesn't feel like a long time.
Exactly, it doesn't. Like, none of, and that's the distance between now and 2026. So like, I just don't think, I don't know.
Like 2 years of my life I have been involved in this.
That sounds
That's
kind of
crazy.
backhanded.
No.
I wasted 2
It's
years
just
of
like-
my life on this.
No, not
I'm
wasted.
kidding.
It's just crazy. Like, especially considering like how much, like, do we have a pilot? Not yet. Do we have a first episode? Not yet. But in terms of like behind the scenes, what we've been able to accomplish in 2 years on an unfunded project
thank
with like
you.
just volunteers, like it's actually crazy.
With volunteers, with everything.
And like everybody still has their own lives that like they have priorities and responsibilities to attend to.
Yeah.
So like people can't be like working on it all the time, which is fine, but it's crazy how much we were able to get done despite that.
Exactly, and I'm not trying to jinx anything, but like, you know, we are pretty drama free. Like we had like that one little incident like 2 years ago, but that was like just another obstacle that we learned and grew from.
Right.
Like, so that was super interesting. And you know, a lot of people are pretty like loyal and consistent. Like, I mean, I don't know about loyal because like, you know, people have lives and life happens, but like in general, you know, for example, let me just look through everyone like and just tell you guys how long they've been here, right? You know, 2 years, 2 years, 3 years, a few months. Like 6 months, 2 years and a half. Wow, 2 years. Oh my god, why did everyone like come in 2022 and just stay? 2 years, wow. Oh my god. 3 years? We've been holding these voice actors hostage, bro. Like, wow. Yeah. That's a pretty proud moment that we've been able to like stick together for that long. But also it means like when we do crowdfund and do big things together, we feel so much more connected to what we're promoting and what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's like you better donate. I put my heart and soul into this thing for years. Literal years.
Slaving away. No pay. Just the love for the show. That's the sustenance.
Exactly. What's the language class about? So Sonic language is just like you know, like think Latin. That's kind of what it is. It's also just literary stuff. Yeah. and the language spoken in the Sorcery Kingdom is kind of universal. You know, in order to eliminate language barriers, we have this little thing that it's pretty much canon, where the kingdom of, which kingdom was it? I don't know if it was Mind, Intuition, it was one of the kingdoms. They cast a spell where everyone's languages would make sense to each other. Like, they just spoke whatever felt right, and like the other person would perceive it as like whatever language they speak. And it's like a spell that took so much out of like a bunch of royals from that kingdom, so that they could have like world communication or something. Like, I don't know. Were you nervous when you first started this project? I mean, what a vulnerable question to ask. So in 2021, Sunnyside, I feel like I've told this story before, but I'm just gonna like recap a tiny bit. Obviously there are roots of the project from when I was a wee little child. You know, I used to Minecraft roleplay, and this stuff would like come out. Oh my god, that's so cringe. It's not cringe, it's cute. And you know, then it eventually turned into like art, and you know, actual like I would write so many different scripts and you know, draw and whatever, and then like, you know, it became an actual thing on YouTube, like a little web series called Sunnyside Magic High that you can never find, so don't even look for it, because I think I like removed all traces. Oh my god, people are like searching right now. Stop typing, stop! Hey, don't you dare click that S button. Wait, I want to see if you can find it. That would be weird if you could. Oh, why is that still titled? Okay, well, no, you can't. I can't find it. Only Sunnyside Royals of Cora. And if you think you found it because it says Sunnyside Magic High, like the logo, that's different. That's like when this used to be called Sunnyside Magic High. Is it completely gone? Wow. RIP. But yeah, everything's been privated, but that was just like a web series. That was like animatic style, and I guess that's where I started like learning a lot about the indie sphere in its early stages on the internet, and I guess like experience running a project, and honestly social skills and human decency. Like, I learned a lot about that. You know, I was like super young, like starting out, so like I had to learn some really tough lessons. Like, I don't know, it was kind of dumb. We were all a little bit stupid when we did that, and there was some conflict. I remember, and you guys, this is not a reflection of me currently, because I'm speaking like years and years and years ago, but like, you know, if someone wouldn't send their lines, I would be like, oh my god, what else do you have to do? Like, why can't you send your lines? Jeez. And it would turn into like a thing, and then I just learned a lot of lessons about like, wow, people do have lives, and people cannot always spare their whole day for your little project. So, long story short, after learning all those lessons and doing other things like Crystal Desires with the amazing Jay, and kind of putting this to the side, I started thinking about like, oh, what if I rebooted that? And then in 2021, I took SSMH really seriously. Started writing, met our incredible writers, or at least some of them. And long story short, starting out, after everything prior, I was really nervous. Just because it was, you know, something that's like that repeatedly happens when you are doing an indie project is that it's this constant repeated trial of leaving your comfort zone. Especially if you become more, because the more you do it and the more you develop the project, the bigger your ambitions become, and the more large scale, or at least for most people, the more large scale you want it to be. At the beginning, I didn't know if it was going to be fully animated, if it was going to be like an actual pilot. And then as we became stronger and grew, we became more and more confident in the fact that we wanted to make like an actual fully animated pilot. And, you know, I was really nervous about like doing that and making it a more large scale project because, you know, I hadn't really spoken to more professional voice actors like we work with now, or more skilled and experienced artists, if that makes sense. So it was just getting the hang of that and learning how to operate and communicate well, and also be like fun, have fun, be quirky, knowing who you're talking to. That's a big thing. Like, for example, I think I've gotten a pretty good grip of that now, because like if I'm like in Bree's lobby, like I would say like LMAO or like Yas Bree and then like I enter someone who joined like yesterday. I'm like, hi, welcome to Sunnyside Royals of Cora. This is the yeah, I don't know. Yes, very nervous, and it just becomes more and more comfortable. Sorry if that took a big chunk of time.
No, I can't even count how many meetings like we've had where we're talking amongst ourselves, we're trying to plan things, we're teaching each other pipelines, and we're researching pipelines to try and make the project run as smoothly as possible, and like learn the professionalism that comes with that. Like it's
Yeah,
been such a learning experience.
that's part of that repeated trial. Like, because when you're, I don't know what, when you're in that meeting and there's something you just don't, it's like math. Oh my god, it's like math. It's like you don't get it, and then you have to like try and then you get it like with the right formula.
Yeah.
Like, and that initial stage of like trying to learn and make sure that we're all on the same page is kind of challenging, and it makes your brain hurt and feel like a little numb.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're going through all this information and it's like, okay, is this what we are supposed to do? Why are we supposed to do this? And then you get into like specific specs and like, oh, 24 frames here, 5 frames here. And now that all feels so much more digestible, but like it was so much, it was so intimidating at the beginning.
For sure, for sure.
It is all about applying your knowledge and practicing. I just put out a casting call for artists on CCC. It's for my current main project and I'm nervous. That is so valid, Dev. You should totally post the link in the fanbase server in the channel, in the, what is it? Media channel or the My Stuff channel. I would also love to send you some links to servers that you might be able to find people who are interested in the project. And I really wish you the best. That is so cool that you did that. And again, just be okay with the fact that it's a matter of, it's a learning opportunity. It is a learning experience. And the more you do, the more you get. As in, like, the more you understand.
That's how I found Sunnyside, was an artist call on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
And I had, like, just started college, and I was like, oh, what's it gonna hurt? Like, I'm looking for something to do. I wanna I want to be an active participant of something. Why not? And then here I am,
Here
2
you
years
are.
later, as lead background designer, when I
Aw.
didn't even like doing backgrounds to start with.
And look how good it is. And now you're doing it in 3D,
Yeah, now I'm doing it in 3D.
which is like even more complicated and like mind-boggling.
And like, I guess the moral of the story for that one is just be open to the opportunities that life presents you, because it's not always what you think it's gonna be.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean that it's not gonna work out, because I love where I am right now. Would I have imagined myself here like 3-4 years ago? No, absolutely not. But I love where I am right now.
Aw, I love that Sunnyside is part of that journey. I feel so like honored. Also, the domino effect of like, imagine if like you misclicked and your For You page refreshed, like you,
No,
like you wouldn't be here right now.
everything. No, exactly. Everything would be gone.
Maybe you might like be doing some whole different major. You probably wouldn't, obviously, but like, wow, timelines, y'all. I remember the day we looked through your stuff and we were like, wow, we gotta get this person on. And like when you did your test, we were like, oh my god, there's something so special about Brie. Brie is that girl.
I have the special touch.
Exactly.
I have the magic.
Dev said the link may be a bit wonky since I used an old CCC draft for another project that's currently on hiatus. Oh my god, that's so real, and no worries. Still, it's probably gonna work. Sir Pigeon says, did you ever feel scared sharing the creative vision with other people? I know I can get a little overprotective of my own stories and ideas. Sir Pigeon, that is so valid and okay. Art is an expression. And when you express yourself through something like art, you know, that is a really vulnerable process, and that's like you know, in one way or another, like putting yourself onto paper. Even if it's not like you drawing something that necessarily means a lot to you, it's your craft, it's your fingers being twiddled, or yeah, whatever you use to make your art. And when, and people critiquing, judging, or even like looking at it, you know, it can feel like they are judging you, that they are evaluating you. And just like when people judge and evaluate you, you need to just not give a damn. Actually, I don't know if that's good advice. Give a damn, but like don't give too many damns. Like the same way when someone evaluates you, you want to respond in the same way. Like if it's a meaningful, genuine concern or criticism, you'll take that into account without taking it personally, because the same way that art is a reflection of you, what that person says about your art is a reflection of them. Oh, that's so deep. That was a good line. Yeah, and like when someone says something to you, like criticizes you, it could also be a reflection of them, what they're dealing with or going through. So like, yes, personally, you know, I have dealt with those feelings of being like overprotective and not wanting to hear anything because, you know, it gets to your head and then you want to reconsider everything. But also, it can be really good and really healthy, and especially if you want to make something that people enjoy, just as much as you enjoy. And with a team of others who are contributing to the project, especially unpaid, you kind of have to bring your walls down, like put the ego behind you, and be open to sharing this with whoever touches it. Like, for example, you know, this is something that I also took from Rebecca Sugar, because she talked about it in like an interview once. But like, the moral of the story is like, when your collaborators are creating something, why not let them work their magic, implement their own ideas? In fact, that's only going to diversify your story or project, and also just make it that much cooler. Like, imagine if I gave Bree like exact to a T instructions on this classroom, it would look so much uglier. Low-key, like, it would be so ugly right now. This is all Bree. And, you know, yes, we work together to like create like a vision, but without like Bree having you know, her own creative liberty and feeling safe and comfortable enough, at least I hope, to like not every 2 seconds in her brain be like, oh my god, does it mean I'm gonna hate this? Do you think that? Do you think that in your brain?
No,
Okay, exactly, good.
not at all.
So then, like, but like, imagine the pressure of someone being on your back, like, why did you make that stroke? Why is that brown? Change it. Yeah. So yes, that doesn't mean like don't. You guys know what I mean. I'm not gonna clarify every 5 seconds, but
One of the biggest things, like especially in the sense of criticism, is don't be afraid to ask people to explain their criticism.
yes,
Like, don't be afraid to ask, why do you think that? Not in like a defensive way, but like genuinely trying to understand, because that just opens the door for like a bigger conversation where you can share, like, if you disagree, you can share the reasons why you disagree and create compromise and maybe even learn something by just hearing somebody's explanation on their criticism.
yeah, that's something I notice you do quite often, and I love it. I feel like, you know, you can really tell when someone is like a heavy people pleaser, in the sense that it may even like make their outcome weaker. That sometimes, you know, new artists come on board, and I give them like a critique, and they just go like, okay, and I know they don't know what I mean, and it's like, and then I get like so anxious and stressed out. It's like, and I have to like hyper fixate on like what I'm trying to say, and like use my words to describe it to like the as much as I can, and then they go like, oh yeah, I think I get it. It's like, no, you don't. Like, let me help you, I'm sorry. But the thing with Brie that I really appreciate is that, like, and also that's not me like being upset, it's just me like feeling, wanting them to feel comfortable enough to ask me like to elaborate. And it's just sad that we live in a world where like a lot of people don't feel like they can do that. But like, as you've seen in the stream, like, for example, I went like, oh, Bree, the map feels like in my brain it's just not hitting perspective wise, and then Bree's like, what do you mean by that? Could you elaborate? Yeah. And also, it's a matter of differentiating when someone has good intentions and when they don't. Some people are trolls. Some people want you to fail. And some people just don't really care. So, no one, you shouldn't listen to them. Whereas others, they do care. And if it's, and notice, you know what? Keep sharing it with people. Share it so gosh darn much that like you get such a good array of ideas and opinions that you can get an idea of like what you should do.
Absolutely. Like, if you don't understand or you don't agree, like, never shy away from asking for a second opinion.
Yeah, or third, or like a 18th. Because
Yeah.
if it wasn't for that, we'd still be called Sunnyside Magic High. I made a whole TikTok about this. Like, you know, people, it came to a point where like it was something that we were getting so often, especially when we like did that crowdfund. put it out there and people were actually like critiquing. That's one thing I will never like. I will always appreciate about the crowdfund, the fact that it gave us the opportunity to expand and really get to know like how people perceive us and what we have to do to make it more sellable. Things like changing the name, changing the old name of Maliforge, which, like, yeah, when you share your vision with people, they tell you when something is inappropriate, even if you don't know that it's inappropriate. Or like if it's a word that you didn't think much about. And yeah, everyone's overprotective of their art. Don't be worried. Just keep sharing. Yeah, I used to be like really scared whenever anyone like touched the scripts or read the scripts. And at first, like, I would get so emotional about how people like responded to it. Like if someone said like, "Oh, Crescenta seems like such a bitch. Like Crescenta's so annoying. I hate Crescenta." And then I like almost cried. I was like, "Whoa." I didn't think like someone would have such a triggering experience. I kid you not, this person was like so triggered by Crescenta. They were like, "She reminds me of someone who rejected me in high school." And then the next person was like, "Oh my god, I love Crescenta. She's iconic." So just get used.
That's the other thing is, you're not gonna be able to please everybody, but not everybody is going to hate anything. You will always find people who dislike an idea, and you will always find people who do like an idea. And so you can't take rejection at face value, because there are other people out there who will appreciate what you do.
And you want that. You want that, like, vast array of opinions, because, you know, that's how fandoms are formed, because people have different opinions and they discuss. You know, they ship different ships. They want different things. They have different theories. And everyone who watches the show gets different things out of it, feels different, watches it to feel different feelings. Like, and to root for different characters. Just like in real life, the most likable people, or I guess when someone is likable on a surface level, it's because they're flawed. That's like number one of like character building. And just like in real life, some people admire and appreciate those flaws, and some people are really triggered by them. Or like don't mesh well or get along. Dev said, just posted the link in the... That was a good yap session, Bree. Dev said, just posted the link in the fan server. Let's hope it works. I did also take slight inspiration from Sunnyside casting call for the description. I love that. Feel free. I feel like it's a little bit outdated though, so take it with a grain of salt. Sir Pigeon said, these streams are way too chill. They always start late at night for me, but I really love watching instead of sleeping. All the advice and stuff is so sweet. Oh my god, thank you for saying that. We're contributing to your lack of sleep. That's so fun.
We bad influences.
Exactly. Sleep, but also give us watch time. Whoa, the shading.
It's coming together.
Audition for Guardians of the Sky. Oh my god, wait, the link actually isn't working. Are you sure it's public? Dev?
So we've gone and shared everything that we've like learned and worked on through Sunnyside. What is your favorite part of Sunnyside?
Ooh. As in, like, just generally?
Yeah, just generally, like what do you look forward to the most when you open, like, when you go online in regards to Sunnyside?
Well, I'd say, like, seeing the output of what you guys, like, make, what everyone on the server, just, like, clicking on the lobbies. There's just a certain thrill. Like, a certain hit of dopamine that comes from that. And, like,
Seeing the little white circle next to the lobby names,
I'm not even kidding that.
like new posts.
New unreads. It's like, yes, new unreads. Give them to me now. That and, like, you know, so obviously, like, the progress updates. Oh, just seeing people give notes to each other. Like, when Toestones, like, gives notes, it hits. Or, like, when you give notes, it's just like, wow. Teamwork. Like, I just love the idea of teamwork in every way, shape, and form.
Mm-hmm.
And just when it's, like, natural and, like, doesn't feel forced. And the main thing is just the socials. I love social media a lot in regards to, like, working with social media and algorithms, and, you know, trying to promote the show, reading comments, making those TikToks, these streams. Yeah. Also developing the world of Cora and just, like, what it's become thanks to these streams as well. I feel like, you know, if in the future do have to, like, undergo, like, really professional interviews, we're all gonna be so ready because we have, like, a little interview crash course through these streams and being asked, like, such intricate questions.
It's true. No, I love, like, even if I'm not actively participating in the conversation, I do love, like, hearing the questions and, like, the Q&A of the streams in regards to, like, world building and just questions about, like, the characters and stuff in general and just the project. Like, it's fun to see and hear your guys' thoughts and opinions from, like,
Yeah.
people who are outside of the production, like the direct production. But it's so refreshing to get new ideas and, like, thoughts from outside the production, because I feel like it's really easy to get, like, pigeonholed into your production, and you just kind of forget that there are so many people out in the world that can offer advice and suggestions and ideas. Like, it's just sharing things in a creative space is just so rewarding.
Yes, and also, like, on the, like, topic of pigeon mold, I feel like, okay, imagine if, like, we didn't have any socials throughout these, like, 2 years. That would be actually depressing. No one would still be here.
Yeah.
Period. And I say that with, like, strength and force. I mean, people would, but that's no.
It wouldn't be the same. Yeah.
Not at all. Because also you have no idea what is going to come of, like, everything you're working up when people see it. Like, building that foundation, and these streams are so cool because, like, it's like a little window into what the future holds, even just all the socials. Also, I imagine, like, you know, as someone on the production completing assignments, you know, there is something about, like, oh, when I finish this, people are gonna see it, and I can't wait to see what people think.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you can depend on me just randomly putting into, like, one of the TikToks or something.
Right.
What about you? What do you look forward to the most?
I also just really like dialoguing with people. I really enjoyed being able to give feedback on like people's assign. I loved being like lead background designer in terms of being able to give feedback on the backgrounds that some of the other staff was working on, just because like it's rewarding in its own right of giving suggestions, having a conversation, and then being able to see that come through in the artwork and just having a better piece for it in general. Like that's just it's awesome.
And you're so good at it, and that makes sense. Like, you know, I remember when you first became lead background designer, I was like, wow, Ree respects this possession and takes it seriously, and is so convenient to like have leading this department. I'm like,
I was so worried about it too. I was so nervous. I was like, I don't know if I'm qualified for this. I don't know if I'm equipped. I've never done anything like this before. But I got used to it pretty fast.
yeah. Also, like, as someone who would like be going into like professional art industries, like that looks pretty good. Like,
Yeah,
especially if
for
like you
sure.
take off. Also, like, let's say, hopefully everything works out with the crowdfund, and like, you know, we do consistently get to pay all the hardworking artists and everything. That's like you technically like invested in like
Yeah.
a good position. Like all these years, it's like yes, now I can lock in.
I'm getting my money's worth.
Aww.
I love the community within the project. I love how laid back everybody is and just how supportive everybody is. I feel like we just have such a good team behind us.
Honestly, and I think because of how long we've been doing this for, like, communication just is like open. Like I don't,
Mhm.
at least I'd like to think that we don't really hide anything, like, or there's no like there's no shadiness. I hate shadiness. Like I can sense it. Right? I feel like we had
Yeah.
a conversation about this, like where we can both sense shadiness from like a mile away.
Mhm.
And it's exhausting. It's like, okay, like, ugh. When I think about Sunnyside, like I think about this one consistent thing throughout the good and the bad, this one escape, you know? Like
Mhm.
in the Taylor Swift song on TTPD called I Hate It Here, it's like, I hate it here, so I will go to secret gardens in my mind. Da-da-da. It's like, that's what I think of when I think of SROC. Like, just those moments where, like, for example, this vision just keeps coming in my brain. Like, it's like a core memory. Being in my niece and nephew's room in my sister's old house when she used to live in the UK. Like, at like 3 a.m. in the morning on like a computer that was out of charge. She's sleeping in the other room, and I'm just on call with you, and we're working on like the poster and having like deep conversations. Like, that's just a cool memory.
Mhm. We've had a many a late night,
Yeah.
especially over the summer.
And it's like, it's just like consistent. It's just nice to keep coming
Mhm.
back to. I just want us all to like see each other at a con one day and just sigh and cry.
We'll know we made it when that
Yes.
happens.
Dev said, Am I able to post a document in the server that has the link? Of course, in those channels, obviously. Keep it in the channel. JK. I feel like we've all seen different phases of each other too. I was part of your California born and raised era.
Yeah. And you'll never let me forget it.
Never.
When we see each other at a con,
It's
and like
California
if
born and
ever-
raised.
I get introduced as, this is Bree, our lead background designer. She's California born and raised.
Stop. One day, if that happens, I want someone to just like clip this and like put it next to a clip of that, and then make an edit with it like with like a sad audio. No, I'm just gonna say this straight up. While the voice actors are amazing, we love them. They are the cast, the VAs. But I'm just gonna add, like, at cons and stuff, I really want our art leads and even like just people that are part of the team to be involved in that event, because
Yeah.
I don't know, it hits different. Also, because we're indie, like, the art leads aren't limited to specific, like, positions that they fulfill and then they, like, clock out. Like, we are a team of execs of a project, and we make decisions together, even decisions that aren't related to that department. Like, we're all involved.
Right.
You know, don't take my word for it because I don't know how this stuff works, but like, I feel like, I mean, I want to, hopefully, if I can, give you guys producer credit on the pilot, because why not? Like, you guys, it's just like things like the executive decision to rename the show, like, you guys were involved. I at you guys for a lot of different things. And that's something else, like, coming back to the last topic we were talking about, like, it gets to a point where you really want a bunch of different opinions. Like, it becomes less of a chore or, like, an intimidating task, and it becomes more of, like, I really want to hear what they have to say.
Yeah. Like, I want feedback. I want to see how else this might. I want different perspectives.
Yeah. Haha, perspective.
No.
We should turn all the Sunnystreams into, like, a podcast.
That would be silly.
You know, I
think people would watch it too.
Seriously, yeah. And also, I think today's stream would make some good YouTube content.
It's true.
Like, just that question. Like, I'm really overprotective of my art. That would be the title. And it's like, wow. Content farm. The good thing, though, is that you do live in California, which means you're, like, close to everything that happens ever.
Yeah. No, I do really like living in California. It definitely has its flaws, but overall, like, it's nice to be at the epicenter of the entertainment industry.
Yeah, yeah. Also, like, California is kind of like its own country. Low key, it should like separate and become a country. You didn't hear from me.
There was at one point, and I think it's reoccurring, there's talk about California wanting to split into two different states,
Whoa.
North and South, because like they're very different. And
What's
there's
North
just like
California and what's South California?
so Northern California is like oh, do I know any cities off the top of my head in Northern California? I feel like the Bay Area, like San Francisco, is like the middle. Anything above that is like Northern California. Anything below that is Southern California. I know like the differences is a lot according to people from Northern California. Southern California is very like prissy and like fake kind of, and a lot of that comes from the stereotypes of LA specifically. And in Northern California you have some of the more down to earth personalities, or the more like almost east, like the East Coast personalities.
Whoa.
Like there's such a difference in culture between North and South California, and it's not something that a lot of people talk about, at least not in my experience. But there is a definitive difference.
Well, is San
And
Jose in Northern California?
I'd have to pull up a map. I promise I live in California, guys. I'm just not great with
I
geography.
just searched it up. Yeah, it is. That and Santa Clara are the only ones I know.
Yeah. Sacramento is the capital of California, and that's one of the biggest like arguments for splitting, is just that California is so big and it's very hard to manage as like a single unit because the cultures are different, the economies are a little different. So it's hard to manage as one unit, just like the United States as a whole is hard to manage as one unit because it's so large.
You know, if they split, if California splits, you're gonna be South California born and raised.
Yeah, I don't think they'll ever split. Just like realistically, I don't think they're ever going to change the Constitution, even though they should. But it's just like, I know it's something that's talked about a lot. It's threatened. They're like, we don't want to be a part of you anymore. And we're like, okay, good luck with that.
Wow, California lore, Cali lore. Wait, Deb, can you who made that? Who made the Zephyr badge?
Tag them. I want to see the Zephyr fan art.
I mean, are you okay? Did you pee? I'm so sorry, are you okay? Are you okay? Guys, my sister scared the living out of me. Whoa. Jump scare. Anyways, yeah, can you please send the link? Whoa, that was a scare. I hope my mic didn't pick all that up.
didn't pick too much up. I think the only thing it really picked up was like your sister asking if you were okay.
That's so embarrassing. Yeah, the fan art one. Oh, also the Guardians of the Sky thing works. But yeah, the Guardians of the Sky pilot casting call. That's a cute logo. Just keep promoting it. And I love that you wrote AI is not permitted. That's the coolest thing. Not AI, but putting that. AI is the coolest thing, guys. Bree is actually currently using AI to create this background.
For sure, every brush stroke you see is not actually me. It's a rope.
Yeah. The Bree bot. That's how Bree gets to like also yap while doing this.
Yeah, it's for sure AI. That's why I like undo every 2 lines.
Yeah. The AI like goes through a process of like analyzing if there are any errors. Dev, well, we answered that, Dev. She said this one.
Yeah, but that's a lot of that is just because there's been so much effort and thought put into this one.
Yeah.
Not that there wasn't effort and thought put into any of our other backgrounds, but like this one especially.
Effort, thought, and
'Cause this is-
AI. Lately, I've been losing sleep. 'Cause I've been watching the Sunnystreams. Let me check in on Calamity with Crescenta's theme. What if I try playing Crescenta's theme draft on repeat? Just like for a change of pace. Cause that would, it's not out yet, but I just, yeah, switch.
Sneak peek! Sneak peek!
Yeah.
Exclusive to those 4 people on the stream right now.
They've heard this snippet, at least, like, in the animation day, but why not again? I'm just gonna play it on repeat. Remember, guys, this isn't the final version, so... Oh, wait, sorry. Here it is. I just want to make sure it's repeating. Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, you're losing sleep, Sir Pigeon. The grind. Rest. If you dare. Dev said, I'm honestly very proud of this show's crew. Thank you. We're proud of you, Dev, and the Guardians of the Sky and everything you've accomplished so far. Starting out. Ask Bree question, guys. I mean, whoa, English? Ask Bree questions, guys. Would Mirrorball be able to walk the ceiling and scare the core? Walk on the ceiling and scare the core 4? Oh my god. Wait, I just realized, why do we call them the main 4 when we can literally use the coolest pun and say the core 4?
We're stealing that now, thank you.
Yeah, no, you're never gonna hear us calling them the main 4 anymore. The core 4. Yeah, so Mirrorball would be able to walk on the ceiling, and I feel like Zephyr would just be really chill with it. Hazel too. I think Crescento would be like, they can do that, and River would know that they can do that, but he'd just be scared and freaked out by it.
He would know that they can do that,
Yeah.
but he wouldn't like that they can do that.
Oh yeah, an MLP that they're called the main 6. Zephyr and Hazel is just like, this is fine. Zephyr is closest to Mirrorball. I think Crescenta's pretty close to Mirrorball. Yeah. And then Hazel, but like the least closest to Mirrorball is River. I just like to think that like Mirrorball was super like overprotective of Zephyr. Little kitten. Little pea kitten. That sounds odd. Oh, did you add the shadow to like the map thing? I just want to, or not the shadow, but the highlight or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I haven't added the light yet.
Okay, just checking in. So just like, remember when we talked about colored line art areas? Have you gotten to that yet, or do you want to do that after like the texturing and shading and stuff?
I have not gotten to that yet. I think I am almost done with all of the shading and stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and add that light before I forget, and then I think we can probably move on to colored line art, although it is getting late, so I might just leave that for another day. We can talk about it later.
I just want to make sure we know what areas should have colored line art.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll pull up the handy dandy background guide. Oh, that does look good. Like, I'm surprised. What did that do? Why did that actually work for my brain?
That also did end up changing. Oh, it's frozen because it's saving. I did end up changing the tangent line, so I think that also helps a lot.
Yeah. I just love how full this feels. Like the classroom, like Yeah. So then, is that all the shading and texturing that had to be done?
I believe so. Unless you
God.
see anything that looks off or weird.
No,
Oh,
not at
I
all.
actually, there's one thing I wanted to put shadow here. But I believe that that is the last thing.
The way you shade is so satisfying. I'm just thinking. Um, the thing on top of the book board? Question mark.
Like the ledge.
Yeah, the ledge. Yeah, I think that should cast the shadow, right? Or no, it's a light source.
Yeah, so it won't cast a shadow up, but it has a shadow on the bottom
Oh
here.
yeah, okay.
And it is casting a small shadow on the wall.
I'm just thinking. Wait, can you zoom out? Oh my God! You did the line breaking. Period. Line breaking is so satisfying. This is more of like a question. Is there any shading that has to be done to like make sure the half wall is perceived more like a half wall, or do you think that's fine?
I think it's fine. I don't know if there's much else I can do to make it be perceived more. I think it's because of the way that we have the chairs and stuff here. It just makes it hard to see the difference.
That's
Oh,
fair.
you know what? That is supposed to be brown, I think. I think that's the casing of this. I think that line is the end of the half wall. So I'll have to fix that as well. That might make it read better too, to see that difference.
Yeah, but other than that, I think everything is shaded and textured. Question, you know this thing? Wait, oh my God, why am I forgetting? The tapestry. Should it be textured like drapery? Do you think? Do you think
Yeah,
that'll? Yeah.
I should add a couple creases on that. Give it some some soft shadows.
Just so you know, I am not staying up and watching. I am also using this time to draw. Okay, good. How big can Mirrorball grow? Oh, that's such a good question. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just say as big as Lion from Steven Universe. Will there be a trim to the brown part of the ceiling? Oh, what does that mean?
You know what? I probably should. It's like I think what they mean is a trim here or even line art on the brown. I don't think I'm gonna line it, but I might add crowning on the top. I think that would look better. Making more work for myself. It's okay.
Final touches.
Yeah,
It's
final
going to be
touches.
worth it.
Trying to get everything all perfect.
Are those circles on like the desk frame, like designs, or do they need to be filled in?
They are designs, and I was debating about filling them in. I think maybe we should. I just don't know if I should fill them in with another like gold color or if I should like pick a gem color.
We'll go back to that. I'm just gonna put it in my list.
Okay. Where is... Well, there we go.
Any new Patreon content to share, or is the feast emptied out for the week? I think the feast was emptied out for the week. Soon. Just wait till summer. You will be fed very well, child. What was I thinking? Oh yeah. Background guide. Okay. Just going to make your job a little bit easier by identifying those things that might need that colored line art. Ew, I just realized you spell color like an American in the stock.
I am an American, so
Why?
my bad.
I've had enough of your Americanness.
I
Okay.
kind of wish I wasn't an American right now, but it's okay.
Why not? For the plot. So, line art color. In your words, designers will typically use our typical line art color, the reddish brown, which is something you're going to do at the end, right? Unless it's already reddish brown.
Yes, I have to add it.
At the end?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just realized. It's going to make a world of difference. Well, kind of. If something is very dark, it should have lighter line art. Anything we have that's very dark.
Probably, like, maybe the dark blue stuff, but we'll see. If,
Well, yeah.
like, if you can still see the line art with it being our typical color, then we won't have to change it. If you can't see it that well, then I'll change it.
Sounds good. Flora should have colored line art that is dark, not too dark to the point where it blends in with the usual line art color, just enough for it to stand out. Line art might also mean lining certain textures. Refer to the texture section for more details. Oh, that's pretty simple. It's not like that big of a deal. Right?
And most things should just get the red-brown line
Yeah.
art. We have flora in here, but it's not too much, so it shouldn't be complicated.
Mood is really important to Sunnyside, especially mood conveyed through the use of color and lighting. This is a fantasy world, so we really want to emphasize color and exploring themes through hues and values to expand on the fantastical draw of viewers. And don't just restrict yourself to typical lighting. Make sure to try and create drama and atmosphere through color.
I think that note is more for, like,
Mood
when
is
we're actually doing, like, the backgrounds for storyboards and stuff, because our wide shots for our concept art should be even toned for most of it.
I think this is a... Oh, really? Like, the actual wide shots that we use, or the wide shots that are for reference?
Or the wide shots that are for reference. Like, this is still reference material, technically.
I say, like, when the, like, you know, everything, this is finished, we should save it and use it as a reference, but then when it comes to, like, actually adjusting it for the shot, I do really want us to attempt play around with a moody vibe, a slightly moody vibe, just to show the people pledging what we've got.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know, because I guess that whole scene... No, it makes sense a little bit if we, like, give it, like... not fantastical lighting. I don't know how to explain it, like... Something that feels light academia-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a tad dimmed, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I don't think it should be too difficult for you when the time comes? Isn't it just like
No,
you're just gonna play around
it's
with like
just
the
blending
settings?
layers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
like
just blending
actual
modes.
drawing stuff.
Yeah, it's just laying down colors and changing the blending modes.
And then when that is like figured out, then we can actually do the color styling for the characters and just paste them in there. I think when we really get into like colored or like moody backgrounds, we should do that for, what is it? The kingdom shots when they're walking in to like they're walking in from their castles, out of their castles, I mean.
Yeah.
Because we can play around with time of day as well. I think Remy is kind of MIA, so I'm just thinking long term, like scheduling and stuff for this summer. I foresee, I think, of course, the most convenient thing is if you do all the classroom shots, just so that it's consistent, I guess. But if you do not want to do that, that's fine. We can have Pilar do like a background shot or two, and then you can like do one of the kingdom shots. The good thing about the kingdom shots is that everything is pretty much actually complete. Well, not complete, but like there's a really solid foundation. Most of it's just painting and completing cleanup. I think this summer my main thing that I'm just trying to say is that I think we'll be able to finish the proof of concept backgrounds this summer.
I should be able to do, if you're talking about like the other two angles of the classroom, I should be able to do those
Yeah.
for sure.
I just want to, we use those, so those angles, if you want to make them for reference purposes, let me look. I just want us to focus on like what we see in the shots.
Right.
So I'm just gonna look through the boards real quick. Google Sheets. We don't have any from the back looking forward, I don't think. All we have is like this angle. You know, obviously like close-ups and stuff. Oh. Just a few of like Isla at the front. But I think this would suffice as a reference. I mean, and also like even with the ones that are, you know, from the front facing the back, like the windows, all you really need is to know what the chairs look like from the front, and we have a chair turnaround. So,
That's true.
like, we'll figure it out. And the good thing is that the storyboarder used the 3D model already,
Mm-hmm.
which is very convenient for perspective. Also, for certain angles, like the ones for shots that have already been completed, you can actually just like grab those shots and put them on top of your background if you want. Yeah. Drapery is so satisfying. I feel like I'm like ignoring the chat. Let me give it a look. As soon as I just see the texture guide for a sec. Pentagons are more visible in darker areas and less visible in lighter areas. Huh. That makes sense. How to texture solids in the SROC style. Yep. Ground. Crystal has some colored line. Wait, does it? I don't know. Do you have, just out of curiosity, do you like carry the texture guide like on the dock with you?
Do not.
I mean, technically you made it, so you know already.
Yeah, I'll go back and review it sometimes. I think there were a couple times when I was doing, like, in the last couple days where I had to look back at something.
Stained glass question mark?
But for the most part, what did I look back and do? I think I was looking, I was looking at the glass and how we said to texture glass, but I was also looking back at some of the other backgrounds that I've done for glass. So I know, like, I guess interior glass, it has like the harsh shadows, or the harsh highlights, I mean. But like the windows, because they're so big, it's blurred.
Yeah.
But I think it works. And then stained
It
glass
does.
has colored line art.
No, it works
Like
really
the
well. Is there a rival school for sports? No. Look at this beautiful classroom. Exactly. Look at it. Gaze, feast your eyes upon it. Do you enjoy designing or painting more?
Honestly, it kind of depends on the day. I like both, but both, depending on how it's going, can get frustrating or tedious. Um, Painting, if I'm not in the right mood, can get frustrating and tedious very quickly. But, like, designing also takes a lot of brain power.
Yeah.
Especially, like, when it's, like, being newly designed.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Stop. The rest should be a breeze. The other
It
angles.
should be. No, the other angles for sure, because they don't have as much stuff in them.
Yeah, oh my god. That's true.
This has the most stuff in it.
Most of it's just like desk and chairs behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing drapery stuff? With the layers?
Yeah, I did the
Oh.
drapery there. No, if I like how it actually. Front wall.
I can definitely, it definitely reads as drapery, at least when you like zoom in.
I just want to. Oh, you should be. Oh, I see. I see what I did.
How do you guys keep everything organized? That's a big question.
Oh, gee.
Documents, channels,
Documents.
naming layers, naming channels.
One of the most important things is naming conventions, guys. If you're starting your own project, make sure that you have things named properly.
Yeah.
I know it's tedious and annoying, but it makes a difference in the long run.
Google Drive, you know, emailing things using just the whole G Suite, I guess. Google Docs, Google Drive, Google Sheets, sponsored by Google, Gmail. Oh wow, you use a lot of Google. Discord server. Again, documents. Big documents with everything that people should know. But obviously don't like, maybe that shouldn't be the first thing that you do. When you are at a place where like, yeah, you need it and you know, in order to make a document of that size, you need to know your project well. Because even before that, I had like thought about like, oh, we should do this. But then when I like put my finger on paper, it's like, but wait, what? And then you actually see and learn why you need one. Yes, Dev. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the writing department is the least organized. It's actually super chaotic and unorganized because of how comfortable we've gotten. So, but actually, no, we have some good documents. We have some good docs. More than we used to, at least. My only thing with the drapery is just, I think, from afar at least, it looks a tad too exaggerated.
Yeah, I agree.
Or that, like, you use, like, an airbrush out of nowhere. From afar. Like, up close, you can see the depth.
Yeah, because our rules on drapery is that it's soft shaded, which is like one of the only things that is soft shaded. I merged the layers. This is gonna be difficult. Cheese.
Phoenix is still here. Phoenix says it's always nice to have well-documented lore. Have you guys left any Easter eggs for potential theorists? Oh. You're looking at them. Gay, feast your... I always, like, cut myself off at gay. Like, feast your eyes upon this. There are a lot in here, I'd say. We actually thought long and hard about them. Like, we called specifically.
You gave me a whole document specifically on Easter eggs. There. That's a little better, I think. That's not quite as
1000% actually.
Okay, and then
So it was the half wall thing, which you did. The drapery, the trim, and then just the circles that were on the desks, and if you were gonna fill them in.
I think I'm just gonna go with this color.
Cute. Yeah, it also is consistent with the door. Little beads. Is there a dyad Easter? Oh my god, I forgot that you work on dyad. No, but I'd love to do something like that at some point.
Okay. I think the only thing now is
The trim?
the line art.
Oh yeah, you want to line it?
Yeah. If that's the only thing, then I think I'm gonna stop for tonight. I did do the trim. It's up here.
Oh.
It rounds out the room a little
that's
better.
it. Oh my god.
So I think it's just the colored line art, and I will do that next time.
One last thing I just want to question. Yes, and colored line art for next time, 1000%. Yes, you've worked so hard. The bottoms of the stairs. Are we going to crystallize them or apply some kind of lighting?
I was playing around with the idea to make them glow, but I didn't know if that was going to be too much glowing in the room.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
if they don't glow, then I should probably add the crystal texture from the chairs and the desks on them. That won't be hard.
yeah. Okay.
And I'll do that next time as well.
Thank you. I'll just write. Yeah, we'll remember that. But everyone.
Yeah.
Bree has worked so hard tonight, as usual. Feast your eyes upon this masterpiece. Do you want to like zoom in and show them how much you've done?
I will once this saves.
Oh.
It's such a big file. There's so many layers, so it takes a hot second for it to save.
That's valid. Your poor computer. Claps at the masterpiece. Yes, Dev. Can you guys all praise Bree? Praise Bree now. Every single
Thank
one
you
of
for the
you.
claps.
Phoenix, I'm looking at you. Sir Pigeon, I'm looking at you. Where's the praise?
Here's the zoom.
Look at the stained glass windows, y'all. Look at...
Look at the...
Appreciate the textures that went into this.
I think this gem is my favorite part of the entire room.
I can see you had fun with that.
That one looks really good. Paintings.
The snapdragons and the light.
Yeah. Come on, they're just turning.
Oh my god, the table.
The table.
Wood. And let's get a look at those chairs. Look at those chairs, y'all. Ooh, so bougie. That's my favorite thing about the classroom. The chairs, the way you colored them, and the desks.
I love the design of the chairs because I know before in the previous rendition of the classroom, we really didn't love the chairs. They were giving too sci-fi and not fantasy royalty.
Yeah.
But I liked the concept. I liked the idea of the triangle base and the floatiness. But we just weren't able to execute it well the first time, and I think I did it this time.
Oh my god, you did it. You did it times 20. So yeah, y'all.
There we go.
That's all for today. How do you feel, Bree? Let's read the
Feel
praise.
good. I feel validated. I feel accomplished. I feel gratified.
Sir Pigeon says it's
This is
beautiful.
almost done.
Delusionary Moon gives you claps. Sir Pigeon says astonishing work.
Yay.
Dev says it's brilliant, beautiful, and remarkable. I can do these ones all day. Are the paintings like important historical figures? Yes, Delusionary Moon. But with that said, thank you all for coming, and have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.